was just so mortified. Like, I almost cried, y'all. It was really like, and I said, I was like, I'll never come back to this class again. And they were like, no, you gotta come back. You're fine. So welcome to the vlog. I'm like, let me do an intro because I'm in the midst of just doing things before I head out for the day. It is Saturday and I'm actually, I was detangling my hair and then I'm like, let me, eat my breakfast, take a break. So that's why I got the little, space buns going on. So I'm detangling my hair and have a party to get to at, 12? I think the party starts. So it's funny because I woke up and I was thinking like, okay, I go to this cycle class, which I gotta tell y'all what happened in the cycle class. It was low-key embarrassing, but I'm just gonna tell y'all. So I went last week for the first time and I really wanted to go back this week just to, one, because I liked it, but to redeem myself. So basically, the instructor of the class in cycle, it's like, stationary bike spin class. And he is so entertaining. Like the instructor, he will really get a lot of class participation. He plays different songs, or he's like, okay, this is gonna be team A and team B. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna, finish strong? Let me hear your war cry. Let me hear you. Let me see your war face. At one point, he took this towel and like drenched it in water. And so then he, took the towel and then he dripped it on his head and let all the water come down. And he said, ah! And at this point, I'm just like, I've never been to a class like this. So he takes the water and he drips it. And then he's beating on his chest. He's like, ah, let me hear your war cry. And we all look at him like, ah. But he was just extra. Like at one point he was playing Michael Jackson and put on a Michael Jackson jacket and the hat and just was talking like Michael Jackson. Got up out of his bike and was, going around dancing and going next to us. So it was a lot of fun. So here's the part. So it was my first time in the class, other people's first time, and for the most part, he knew everybody in the class. So there was this guy, not going to say his name, but he was cute. And so he met him, let's just call him Cameron. It's not his name. So he's like, Cameron, he's, joking around with him a lot. And he's like, what's your name? I'm like, oh, I'm Amber. And he's like, where you been? He thought I was somebody else. He was like, you ain't been here in a while. I was like, I've never been to your class before. So it was funny. So he making all these jokes, laughing. This has never happened to me before. And I'm building it up because I'm like, am I really about to tell y'all? But yes, y'all my people, so I'm going to tell you. So I forgot. You got to stay hydrated as you're, on the bike. You got to, be drinking your water and stuff. So I take a big sip of water and a big gulp, I should say, of water. The instructor is like, oh yeah, you guys can send me any of your requests for songs. Send it on social media though, so I can prepare it before the class. Some people, it's just like, how did this happen? So he says, he goes, some people, as I'm pedaling, as we biking, they just bark out songs. They just, play this. And it was this crazy face that he made. So mind you, I've taken, a big gulp of water, the water's in my mouth and pedaling, trying to catch my breath. He says that and makes that crazy face like some people just bark out song for requests. And I laughed and not even thinking the water, like, I guess it was just like jerk reaction, I kind of laughed, but my mouth was still closed. Y'all, the water came spewing out of my mouth. And and I was so embarrassed. And thankfully, it was only like 11 people in the class. So it didn't go on a lot of people. But I definitely spit on this one little old lady in front of me. And it some of the water, most of the water went on the floor and the bikes in front of her, which were thankfully open. But then like some of it went on her arm, and you know, obviously the look of disgust, like she was confused at first, so she turned around and she looked at her. And I was like, I am so sorry. Like, when I tell you, I couldn't believe it happened, because that's never happened to me before. Like, a spit out your water laughing, but he was hilarious. So he thought it was funny. He was like, oh man, Amber over here spitting, spit take. And when he saw how embarrassed I was like, I'm so sorry. You know, that's never happened to me. So I get off the bike, and there's no paper towels in the class. So I got to run around to, you know, the bathroom to grab some paper towels, come back, and I'm like going to the little old lady. I'm like, you know, I'm so sorry, and trying to wipe her arm, but she had on like a long sleeve jacket. So it absorbed, I guess, at that point. And she was like, it's okay, baby, it's all right. And so, you know, the instructor, he just, oh, it's all right, Amber. I spit on people too. You know, it happens. She's a church woman. She's a woman of God. She gonna forgive you. That's all right, Amber. Some people pay extra to be spit on. I'm like, oh my gosh. So any kind of, now, you know, I was so embarrassed. Everybody was really nice about it, but I was just so mortified. Like, I almost cried, y'all. It was really like, and I said, you know, I was like, I'll never come back to this class again. And they were like, no, you gotta come back. You're fine. You're fine. Oh gosh. And you know, Cameron, he just sitting, I couldn't even bring myself to look up and see his reaction. But any kind of hope of like, ooh, you know, spin class romance is out the window. Maybe. So after I kind of recovered, you know, from that moment, then continued on the rest of the class. And then he gave out these little like medals. Is it in this bag? I think, oh, I have it in my bag. He gave out these medals to like his class MVPs, and he gave me one of the medal, even though I spit everywhere and was, you know, looking crazy. I still, I guess, did okay in the class, or it. So that was last week. That was last week. So I'm like, okay, this Saturday I am showing my face again, you know, because he said I was okay. Everybody said I was okay. You know, I am gonna recover from this, but it just didn't work out today because I have other things to do. So I'll be back. Will I ever see Cameron again? I have no idea, but you know. So now, thanks for listening. Now I'm gonna finish detangling my hair and then get cute, grab a card for my girl Shayla. Congratulations, Shayla. Love you, girl. And I'm off. The hair took much longer than expected, but it was needed. So I just had to throw on something quick. And my summer clothes are actually still in my car. I just picked them up from my parents' house. So realized I don't have anything to wear. I grabbed this card. See. Oh wait, after graduation, you learn that money doesn't grow on trees. It comes in cards. Cute. Okay, I got the card, y'all. I want to get it for me. He had to count on. I was so close to being like, I'll just pay for it, because it was $4.05. Grandpa had to get all his change, and he didn't even trip when the cashier didn't give him his 2 pennies because he closed the register, and the cashier was having a hard time for some reason, just like counting up all the money. Anywho, found a cute little card. Now to the party. So I made it to the party. Here's the graduates. Ooh. Tell the people, what did you get your degree in, girl?
I got my degree in interdisciplinary studies. It is a degree of multiple disciplines.
Okay, there we go.
Business, math, communications, all
Options.
That.
Yes, there you go.
Options. I really didn't know what I wanted to do for real, but you know.
She figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out.
Letting God lead.
Yes.
Y'all get into the dress though. Shay Shay looking so cute in the shoes. Ooh, that's all right, girl. Oh, ooh, hair, yes. I love it.
Yes, amen.
All right, girl. Here's the rest of my people. What up, y'all?
All this been good.
Yes.
Go ahead and subscribe while you're at it. Like and comment.
Y'all know people start doing anything when the camera come out.
I saw something going on in my peripheral. I'm like, what's going on?
Micah, say hey.
I'm just, this great, crazy, amazing person, interesting person, but it's just because of the Lord's grace that He had on my life, and I'm just forever thankful for that. I have notes on my phone because if I do not use my notes, we'll be talking about just everything. I'll be going all on topic, talking about which restaurant's the best chicken nuggets or something. So.
I made it to the beauty supply store. So happy. Y'all get into temptation. I used to really like this Curls oil, but I think they discontinued it because I haven't been able to find it anywhere. So I need a new oil, especially when I do hot oil treatments, which is mainly just sitting under the, cap dryer with deep conditioner and a little oil on my scalp. But if y'all have an oil that you recommend, I need a new one because I don't think Curls has their blueberry bliss oil anymore. So it is Sunday. I'm like, let me pick the vlog back up next day, and I'm currently in our gym. This is how calm it is, the calm before the fun happens. Getting everything set up for volleyball tonight, and that is going to be with our Impact Ministry, which is college, career age, but some high schoolers are going to come. I think some parents are going to come through. So one of the guys, Clint, is actually setting up the net. So I'm just staying here to ensure that everything is set up. So he's actually having to really, you can't really see it, but there's poles that go in the ground, and one of the poles is having a hard time getting in there. And he's so nice. He's just like staying longer. I think everybody has left the church for the most part, but yeah, it's gonna make sure this net goes up properly. Make sure everything is just set up for the event tonight, and then I'll go home, get some stuff done, and come back, and y'all will see how full this place is gonna be, hopefully full with lots of people. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So shout out to Clint. He is really making it happen here. Everything worked out with the net, and we're here. Hey! Look at this!
Nana didn't like that.